Now, the Digital Circus episode 4 was sort of a surprise because it kept doing one up in itself. It also leaking a lot of things about the characters that you never truly realize who they actually are. For example, Rekata you get to know more of because how high she was or alcoholic she was, depends what you read into that. Now words we talk about that. Also, you also get more clues and hints who is actually Jax a little bit more. He's sort of making sort of gestures to really understand a person or reactions, almost tempted to leak information of their own reaction. And you also have a ton of information of Gaggle and so much more of this sort of breakdown episode 4. Of course, before I continue on, my name is Rachel. I like to talk about animation, not just animation, to reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. Of course, you like how it's going, you like to help my channel, put a like, comment, and subscribe. That's the only thing you need to do. If not, that's cool. If you do, thank you. Because of you, I'm getting close to my main goal of 2,000 subscribers. And yes, I am getting close every single day because the people put comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Now, let's get started with the review of episode 4. Now, let's break down the whole episode a few words. Episode 4 is all about, once again, Kinger want a whole gang to do sort of adventure play on game, but all his decisions kind of scared the whole group, specifically Pombi, who asked and we have a normal sort of game, something that's not completely terrifying. And Ken sort of says, okay, but the only problem is he doesn't really understand what you mean terrifying. He quite literally just throw things to the wall just to seem to sort of make sense to him, even that he sort of AI still sort of struggle to understand all the people around he sort of kind of take care of, in other words. But he decided to get in the suggestion box that he kind of really forgot he actually had one, especially Hazubo pointing out, yeah, why not pick one on the side of the box because we have tons of suggestions because you keep scaring us and messing us around. And Ken decided, alright, you have a point, and he selects some of them. One of them is basically running a basically old-fashioned restaurant using all the characters except for Zubo, but Kinger decided to no, let Zubo let play in this game, let him step down and let Zubo take a chance. Because of this, you get to know a little bit more about Zubo, and you also get to know a little bit more about Gangle, especially Gangle, because this episode is all about her finally having charge, finding a mask that Zubo gave to her to wear a new mask to give her more confident, more in charge, more actually give more dominance and more respect to back to her, even with Jax. In a way, it works, but in a way, sometimes not, because Zubo feels it's not her, or little things people said to her really get her, even that she is trying her best to become sort of the manager of this weird restaurant, but you get that sort of feels like a lie. You also, the more she keeps talking about how to become in charge, don't chase your dreams, it almost, she sort of accidentally spilling on her own backstory, her own wishes that she could never actually get. It seems to me she always was sort of put down, like give up your dreams and just work hard like the rest of us. Like for example, she did sort of leaked out some information about how she stopped doing drawing, stopped thinking becoming a manga artist or creating a manga. It seems to me she wanted to follow that sort of road of finding her dreams, doing art, doing storytelling like Japanese manga, and she never could make it or semi make it, but at the same time leaking a little bit more, realizing she used to be a manager or worked in a restaurant, something similar what she works right now. And that just sort of a lot of information really leaked out, almost like she was sort of a master of this, but she was sort of unhappy of it, like she never felt complete. And that is just sort of interesting because how she deals with everything, like she knew what she was doing, but yet she never really felt happy. That's what the mask kind of give her a little more push to give her confidence, but yet she's still lying to herself, not being who she really is. She just wanted to draw and do manga. And also that little jab on episode 4, or episode 2, I mean, when Jack says they showed something hidden in her room that nobody really understood what he meant. I think that maybe Gango have probably Rule 34 of some of the members. Maybe I'm just guessing, or maybe very questionable drawings. Just leave it at that. But other than that, that's just sort of kind of fascinating because you kind of understand her so much more, especially Jax. Like what happened to Jax in the back room, that he was sort of reorganized, retaught how to do a job using the old-fashioned tapes, sort of re-education him to understand what's wrong with them. But yet we never saw the full set of test. We just assumed what actually happened. But it kind of broke him a little bit. I mean, a little bit. Like he became almost completely normal. But interesting enough, he just didn't want to be himself, if that kind of makes sense. Because Jack is sort of a very asshole person, but I feel he does this to really understand a person, to basically investigate something they have hiding, just to poke him to see what else they can like understand that person in better. But we don't know why he do this. It could be maybe a job he used to do. Maybe he was an interrogator or some official government job. Maybe, at least I'm reaching here. But the more things how he acts, they sort of pretending to be someone else, start to make more sense. He used to be sort of a government agent or a double O agent of somehow, sort of reusing his own ways to fit in because he doesn't know how to fit in. And that could be a very interesting sort of point of view. Of course, I think one of the biggest reveals of this episode is sort of Rekatha, because Rekatha, let's face it, she got high or drunk, depends how you visualize what happened to her, because she was using this sort of ketchup or special sauce on the burger, and she basically squirted on her own eye, and she saw weird stuff. At a point, she became very trippy, very bummy, sort of over the place. But the more she kept talking, the more she kind of licked things about herself. Like she was sort of trained to be polite, trained to be honest, trained to be nice. But everybody thought, or including myself, maybe she was sort of a teacher in her past. No. Now I changed my perspective that I think she used to be maybe royalty, or that sort of 1% she had to be presented on the family a sort of way, that sort of elegance of a woman, that she is intelligent, wise, and very very proper. Almost she's fit to be a wife for a rich husband or a trophy wife, a sort of format now, or maybe a queen, maybe, or something like that. That makes so much sense because all the things she says, like the training, how to do tea, how to dress, how to dance, how to talk to someone, and she just keep talking about horses. The only people who got trained of that kind of things, maybe because of sort of royalty, a maid, a rich person, or someone being trained to be a wife from some rich business person. It's sort of basically choose your own, basically imagination favorite choice. Could be any one of those things, because it sort of makes sense how polite and proper she really is. That could make so much sense how she sort of acts. Even that Gaggle point out, you don't know how much truth she really is, how much she really hiding for himself, for everyone else, acting nice. And that makes so much sense, especially from Gaggle, how very honest and very well observed she is of some people in her own little group. Okay, let's talk about the biggest highlight of this specific episode. All about Pommy meaning Gummy Goon once again. Not sure how to really approach the sort of what happened of the last time. Because you remember what happened in episode 2? Gummy Goo exploded because Kane said PCs should not actually come in here. So he sort of removed him out of existence. And now Pompey saw this character once again, wondering, Does he remember her? Remember our relationship? Remember what we did in that moment? And you could feel kind of sad with Pombi, but yet she almost like feeling something from him. I don't know, friendship, love, or just glad she knows he's still alive, but not yet really understanding if he's still there. Did he reset? And that's what she really wants to talk to him, sort of minding some questions to see he is still there. And I thought it fascinating, especially with other PCs running in the restaurant, how the other character reacts to some specific characters they actually know, but Pombi and the Bestie fan base never actually seen. Because according to them, their other PCs repeat over and over again. You feel that sort of makes sense with Gumigu, that he will appear again and again, almost accidentally torturing Pommi, or like the other group, knowing different PCs they did not like because of some apparent reason. But also asking one major question: how long they actually been here, especially how all the characters in this episode act like they have done very specific jobs, experience. Like Raritha could be royalty or just a 1% rich person, but how she acts more sounds she's more in the past than everybody else, or could be the second longest person in the group next to Kinger. But that I feel that's sort of interesting words, because it gives you sort of respective of everyone else. What if someone has more power than the other one, especially like Gangu, who is not fully used to it, even that you do know she have experience and how skilled she is, how easily dominant she is with Jax to set him straight, even that she never does this in real life. She almost like a reflex, she knows what to do, but almost like that confidence, almost faith confidence. Once again, it's just sort of interesting how you put every single character a completely different position and things sort of change. But other than that, I think one of the biggest sort of slight interest is what happened to Ken when Gango sort of accidentally off herself by accident, because she finally feel completely free of becoming a manager, accidentally falling straight to the truck and waking up, becoming sort of isekai by accident to straight to Kane to figure out what went wrong exactly. But I love it is sort of when they finished the conversation, Kane was sort of basically wigging out. He sort of unplugging himself back and forth, almost an era going on. It seems to me this sounds something's coming to change completely in the next few episodes, or even that the final episode could be the sort of clue that everything sort of ended and resets, allowed everybody to escape of the digital circus. At least that's why I chose to sort of interpret that specific scene, even that Kane, it was broken. But you could say this is sort of officially start to be broken, because you feel the pressure getting to him, not fully realize understanding the human beings who stuck of this digital circus. Now, one of the biggest surprise of this full episode, I think, is probably Zubo. That how kind of kind she is, even that she never wanted to join to play this little sick game, that she just sort of sucked it up and went through it because she saw how Gango, how she was doing. She was ready to actually help her out, to see her what sort of situation she really is mentally, that she willing to extend her arm to understand her a little bit more, even that she doesn't need to, but she does. Once again, really deepening each single character, every single episode, understanding who they actually are and why they became here or what they used to be. It's something just sort of interesting to see every single episode sort of leaks up something about the characters to fully understand who they actually are. You also understand maybe that the specific reason why they sort of got stuck here in the first place. Like Gago, how she lacks confidence, not willing to let go her original job and follow her dreams, even that what her make her completely happy. And that's just little things like that makes this episode so good because you don't know what to expect, especially the trippy mode with Wrecker thought saw Gengo actually sort of got high, that we don't know that's a sort of premonition on the next couple episodes or just a sort of a weird thing she just saw because he was tripping balls. But other than that, how you felt about the episode? Do you love it? Do you like it even more or less than the last episode? Tell me down below how you felt about this episode. For me, that's it. I really can't say much. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.